Last month, Ardei Zaidi and a small group of people gathered in a Baghdad square to celebrate the U.S. military withdrawal, planning to burn the U.S. flag. But more than 200 security forces swarmed around them, banned us from filming, and stopped the protest because they said the group had not obtained a permit. But they still managed to burn the flag. Ardei and others were beaten up and detained for a day. Security officials say they assaulted policemen, something the group denies. Democracy in Iraq is an illusion, Ardei says, an American illusion and an American lie. Whoever wants to see that for themselves should come and see what has been happening in Iraq since February 25th. That's when thousands of Iraqis, partly influenced by the Arab Spring, took to the streets of cities across the country, protesting against corruption and a lack of basic services. But from the start, they were met by a fierce crackdown. The government denies an orchestrated effort to put down protests, saying there were just minor violations committed by individual security officers. Activist groups disagree. Human Rights Watch says the violations have been systematic and ongoing, documenting dozens of cases where protesters were beaten up, detained, and in some cases, even tortured.
People are afraid to go to demonstrations, they're afraid of being rounded up, of being assaulted, of being beaten up, of being followed to their homes.
And this is what has happened. Almost a year since the protests began here in Baghdad's own Tahrir, or Liberation Square, the scene is very different from last February.
Activists say the crowd here has significantly dwindled over recent months, and most of those present on this Friday say they are supporters of Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki. This crowd behind me has been chanting against two of the Prime Minister's main political rivals, Ayad Alawi and Saleh al-Mutlaq.
Banners like these around the square praise, quote, the wisdom and courage of Mr. Maliki.
I think really we are at a critical juncture and we are at a crossroads, and Iraq right now, from what we see, it is a budding police state, and hopefully that will change, but all indications now are that things are actually going to deteriorate even more.
Our country is still suffering from terrorism, and security forces are highly sensitive and ready for the worst possibilities, and it is their right to protect public security. There should be no generalization. These human rights organizations can visit Tahrir Square every week to see the protests.
But those who dare venture out have a different story. As we try to speak to this protester, we're interrupted by government supporters. Protesters say they're intelligence agents. For now, there are still some who refuse to back down despite the intimidation campaign.
Why Republic of Iraq every time he's dead, kill, why?
As this man cries out against the government, Maliki's supporters move right in. Drowning out the calls for change. Jumana Karachi, CNN, Baghdad.